the final 15 of the 39 malachot, the 39 acts of labor which are prohibited on Shabbat. Building a building and demolishing a building, putting the final touch on any piece of work. It's called makiv patish in Hebrew. It's a very general one. It's got a lot of details. Trapping an animal, slaughtering an animal, skinning the animal, tanning the hides of the animal, smoothing the hides, cutting the hides into shape, writing, erasing, lining a piece of parchment, igniting a fire we mentioned yesterday, extinguishing a fire, and carrying from one domain to another domain. Altogether, we've gone through all of the 39 acts of labor which are prohibited on Shabbat. As we mentioned, these are all the general points, the things that happen in the tabernacle, but there are many details which are derived from each one. For example, we're not allowed to squeeze on Shabbat, because as part of laundering wool, we also squeeze it, so squeezing is prohibited. We're not allowed to weed the plants on Shabbat, because that helps the growth, so it's like planting. It helps the growth of the good plants. We're not allowed to boil food on Shabbat, even though the prohibition is baking, but one of the details is we're not allowed to boil or do any kind of cooking. So these are all the general points and multiple nuances, many of them, and also very interesting as we go into all the details. And we're not going to do that in this setting. Today's mitzvah is once again the prohibition against the Beis Din in the court of law administering a death penalty on Shabbat. Thank you for joining.